Basti is now the city mayor, your youngest. How is he doing, and do you still mentor him?
Well, he's busy, I think, because he comes home late, just like me when I was city mayor. So many things to do outside of the office and inside. You're working on the daily routine, tapos yung mga ibang problema, gawin mo doon sa labas ng City Hall. About 2 months ago, na nag-usap kami, at tinikita ko naman ang just called his attention na yung may mga ibang streets sa Davao madilim, kailangan mo ilawan para at least a well-lighted environment discourages crime.
So, Mayor, maswerte yung sumusunod na mga mayor dito sa Davao. Maswerte sila, maswerte din kami dahil yung mga siblings mo ang sumunod and they don't have really a hard time in the city because nung iniwan mo itong city na to, sumusunod, disiplinado, may law and order, may peace and order at isa siyang gabayan ng mga city ng Pilipinas. So, nagpapasalamat kami na ipagpatuloy na lang yon, lalo na nasa hanay ng pamilya mo.
To be honest, Pastor, I always hear people visiting Davao na ang mga tao dito ay medyo courteous, disiplinado. Yun man ang sinasabi ko noon. Sabi ko, I'm trying to build a comfortable city. But in order to welcome the investors and all visitors, you have to show this kind of attitude, respeto sa kapwa-tao, na huwag masyadong, meron kasi ibang probinsya na pag hindi ka taga roon, parang they adapt the hostile attitude, parang ganun. Wala dito sa Davao yan. We welcome all visitors. And I see that nagre-respeto naman yung mga tao dito sa kapwa nila Pilipino. And I'm happy with what I have originally conceived to be what should be the proper attitude of the community vis-a-vis with the visitors and foreigners coming in.
At saka makita natin, Mayor, na busy ng Davao. Maraming nag-migrate dito at marami ang lumipat. At naging busy na yung ano natin, yung traffic. Makita mo yung development. Grabe ang development natin.
We cannot cope up with we cannot expropriate San Pedro because we cannot do it. Mabutit na lang, relatively, a new city as compared with the others. For example, like Cebu, na makitig talaga. Davao was a city that was growing after the war, was growing with the times, and lahat nagpuntahan dito. Actually, Pastor, I think that Davao City, what you see now, is the handiwork of the migrants.
Yes.
Yung nagpunta dito noon, who came to settle down. Because, there is no such thing as a original Visayan in Mindanao. If you are in Mindanao and your mother tongue is Bisaya, Cebuano, obviously, you come from Cebu.
Yes. Oo.
Na kung mga Ilonggo, Pampangueño, gaya ninyo. So, hindi tayo talaga Pampangueño na Mindanao.
Yes. Oo.
Dito na yung iba, well, our forefathers brought many of us dito sa Mindanao. Migrate for the greener pastures in life. Yun rin ang dream ng tatay pati nanay ko na sana na mabagyan kami ng mabuting buhay kasi in Cebu or in other places medyo masikip na. There was too crowded and the opportunities were not really that many. So Mindanao was a frontier land. Dito itong kingdom na ito medyo gubat pa to noon 1949, 1950.
Tama kayo.
Dito pa pinag-hunting noon ng
Mga ibon.
Now, nung sa ngayon, in my moments of introspection of the soul, kikita ko ang Davao. I was brought by my parents at the age of 5, 6 years old. I am now 77. Next month I'll be 78. Next year I will be 79. Following year I will be 80. I really do not know how I can cope up with the changing times. But in the hindsight, maligaya ako na nakita ko yung I was managing the affairs of the community, the city, for 23 years as mayor.
Yes, ma'am.
So nakita ko talaga yung resulta ng trabaho ko.